Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. Happy Wealth Wednesday. Happy Wealth Wednesday. Sitting here having a great evening. So, want to get more engagement on your social media posts. Want to get become a little bit more interactive. Want people to find you a little bit more. And a couple of things. One is I want to preface this with a few things when we get into this. I'm just waiting for my platforms to push across to YouTube and Twitter, YouTube and Periscope and LinkedIn, and pushing across that. I've got some other software that's actually going to push out to my list and notify everybody I'm going live. Matter of fact, I've got about 700 or 800 people I need to get added into that list so they can get notified when I go live, which is absolutely cool. And I've got a texting message system I've got to get put up as well so they get notified via text. So that it's all good and fun. So very cool there. Yeah, got some super geek stuff. I'm gonna have to show you guys how to do that here one of these days. It's quite a lot. So I may just do a recorded version of it and walk you through step by step, because there's a lot to do on a live. It's a lot involved in that. So it's really cool to be able to syndicate to multiple channels. So if you're like me, you look at people's social media posts and you ask yourself, why do these people have so many comments, likes, loves, and shares? So first of all, before I jump into this, one is I want to just send out a lot of love. I want to send out a lot of love to everybody that's lost loved ones and all the stuff that's going on. Prayers, hugs, loves to you guys. Just to everybody. These riots are absolutely nuts. COVID-19 is still going on, so just lots of love to everybody. Truly wish you the best, and that you can keep your head up and look forward and not get depressed. Today was just a sad day. It was just a weird day, and it's hard not to get caught up in that. We're all connected as humans, so when there's a huge group of people that all feel a certain way, it affects everybody else, because everybody's connected, godly and electronically, whatever you want to believe. We're all connected spiritually. Even if your spirit is a bad spirit, we're still connected to you one way or another, which sucks sometimes. And again, just pray and lots of love and hugs to everybody there. So what I'd like to do is just go over a couple of things, talking about some marketing stuff. I got my notes over here, so if I look over this way, it means I'm looking at my notes so I can stay on track. Just going to go over some tips with you guys to get better. So a few things I want to qualify this. You may be out on social media and you see some so-called guru. Maybe there's somebody that's in your business, maybe somebody that's been on social media a long time, maybe they're a big influencer. Don't get caught up in the fact that they get several 500 or 600 likes or comments or shares or something like that, or maybe several thousand. It means that they have a big team, and the majority of those people that are commenting are probably on their team, in their business, have some type of relationship to them that way. They're not strangers. And of course, let me read this text message here real quick, you guys. Getting ready. We're going to be doing a training tomorrow in our team for follow-ups. Yes, absolutely. Yep. Prospecting, and of course, definitely want to get some follow-up in there for sure. So we'll definitely work on that. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. So we're going to be doing some training tomorrow for our team on just prospecting on social media and doing some follow-up. So I'm excited about that. I've got another training inside the 100K Inner Circle tomorrow. We're going to just be going over some basic marketing stuff for the 100K Inner Circle peeps, which is cool. Got a coaching call tomorrow evening with one of my coaching clients, which is absolutely excited about that. So just got a lot of good stuff going on in the world. My awesome wife got her office up and running down the hall. She's doing all of her blingy bling for her Summer Rain boutique. So if you guys like bags and purses and cash and wallets and hats and t-shirts and all that kind of stuff, definitely reach out to my awesome wife. Wife, if you're on here listening, make sure that you tag yourself in this post so people can track you down if they want to see some of your gear. She posts a lot of it up on her Facebook page. You guys can go take a look at that. So again, just want to give a huge shout out to my wife, huge shout out to all my friends, family, people supporting me. Really appreciate everybody over in Rank Makers. Really love you guys. Really appreciate everybody over on the team. And Boomerang, really appreciate you guys. Really appreciate all the rideshare drivers who are jumping on board for our rideshare company. Absolutely cool deal there. So, couple of things. One is I want to get into just a process of doing this. Now, one of the things, like I said, don't get caught up. Don't get hung up on compare-itis, right? Your goal in your business when you're online is you. You can try to compare yourself to everybody else. There's some things, there's a lot of behind the scenes things that we can do. And I'm going to get in. I said there was going to be 5 tips. Actually, going to be a couple more that I just thought about them and throw in there. So first thing that you need to do is, it's not about having 5,000 people on as your followers on Facebook. It used to be, oh, go out and get 5,000 people and you start a page and all that kind of stuff. If you're going to start a Facebook page, you need to know how to operate that sucker, because it's not easy. You need to understand the rules, and you understand what Facebook thinks. You need to have some capital, some cash, to do some advertising. It's like starting a brick and mortar business without the brick and mortar. So just before you go and jump over on a page, like, oh, I'm going to start a page around a business, trust me, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to just be wasting a bunch of time and not being productive. Unless you've got some capital to spend and do some marketing and advertising, I would suggest not going in that direction, at least not yet, until maybe you have a big team, you have a big audience, you have a big paycheck or a big wallet to be able to advertise over there. So make a long story short. So first of all, it's not about how many friends you have, because if you ever notice, there's only about 10 of your friends that ever comment or see your stuff anyway. So what do? One of the things you got to do is you got to get rid of the chaff and people that are like, have bad accounts, don't have good accounts. I've actually got a Chrome software that I use. Let me see if I can tell you what it is here. It's called Toolkit for Facebook. Now, you've got to be very careful with this. Very careful. It's called Toolkit for Facebook. You got to be very careful with this, because there's some tools on there that are very tempting to get you to go out and spam. And if you spam, you're going to get put in Facebook jail. So please, I'm not sure if I should tell you about this, but I let the cat out of the bag already. So if you're going to use this tool, there's a feature on there. You can scroll all the way down and it'll say remove or delete inactive Facebook user accounts. And what it'll do is you activate that. Now there's a lot of spamming tools on there. You can spam and you can do a lot of kind of other stuff, but I'm just telling you, don't be tempted. Don't do it. Don't take the easy way out, because the easy way out is going to put you in Facebook jail, or probably end up getting you banned from Facebook. And then you'll have to go and start all over from zero, and your life will suck. So don't do that. Don't spam people. Don't take the easy way out. The results and the rewards come from hard, head down, fire, hustle, hard work. That's the law of the universe. You can't cheat that. It's absolutely impossible to cheat hard, honest, focused, dedicated work. You can't cheat that. You can try to think you can. You can do the things. You can do illegal crap, but it comes back. You end up in jail. You just can't cheat. Go in the right direction. So don't cheat. But anyway, in the Facebook toolkit, if you scroll all the way down, you'll see a deal that says remove inactive accounts. I don't know the exact title, but you'll see it. You click on that, it'll go through and it'll start going through. And I always choose like 6 to 8 second separation, so it doesn't like just go. It does like about every 5 or 6 seconds it'll go and remove an account. And that's one way. You can use a toolkit, or you can do it the manual way. The manual way is every day on Facebook you get birthday notifications, right? So there's 2 things you can do on birthday notifications. One is you can open up and you can just send them a happy, and you do this in Messenger, not on their timeline. You do it in Messenger. You send them a happy birthday, right? Happy birthday in Messenger. So everybody has a birthday, you send them happy birthday, or whatever you want to say, happy birthday, have a great day. You're not in there marketing to them. You're not sending them a link. You're not asking them to join your business. You're simply saying happy birthday, and you're sending them a happy birthday message. You're doing this for 2 reasons. One is you'll scroll across, you'll notice as you're going into the Messenger, you look at their profile. If they don't have like a cover photo behind their profile, there's a pretty good chance their account is like done. So click on it real quick, open it up, take a look at it, go down, and if their last post was more than 3 months ago, they're probably an inactive account. Here's a big clue. You can tell if they're a bogus account, if their account has been hacked, if they've got anything on their page that has to do with Ray-Ban sunglasses, anything at all that has to do with Ray-Ban sunglasses, I'm going to say this 3 more times. Anything at all on their page, on their wall, on their timeline, anywhere in their timeline that says anything about Ray-Ban sunglasses, it's a bogus account. Unfollow, unfriend, and block. Just trust me. Just do that, because it's probably a robo account. It's probably somebody that might end up trying to get spam. Just delete it, block it, and move on. Maybe somebody got hacked, but don't send them a message. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. So just understand it. If they've got Ray-Ban, any kind of Ray-Ban advertising on their page, it's a bogus Facebook account. Unfriend them, unfollow them, and block them so they can't see your stuff. So that's just that's a marketing master tip right there, just so you understand that. So birthdays, going back to birthdays. I got a little off the tangent, but I thought about it. I wanted to share that. So birthdays go through. If you notice their profile looks funky, they haven't posted in a while, unfriend them, unfollow them. The reason you want to do this is because if you got a bunch of dead weight in Facebook, it reduces the chance of your good people seeing your stuff. So you just want to get rid of it. Send them a happy birthday. If they don't reply back and say, hey, thanks for sending that, they're probably not a real account. You'll notice this as you go through Messenger. If you cycle back around next year and then her happy birthday is there and they never replied, click and open up their page and see if they're interacting. If all that's on their page is happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy, scroll down until you see if there's a real post. And if the last post on there was many months ago, again, their account's probably inactive. Unfriend them, unfollow them, and move on. Just get rid of them. Now, some people, you can actually, Facebook came up with a way now for people that have lost loved ones. You can actually memorialize their page, and it'll stay out there, but it's in a different category. So, like, I've got a couple of sisters that have passed away, and we've memorialized their page so that their page stays on Facebook. So people that want to see the memories can go back in, and it's almost like a memorial to them. It's very, very cool. I think it's probably one of the coolest things Facebook has ever done. And rather than just take it down, it's a good memory. It's like almost having a picture book up there. You can go in and look at your loved ones and see all the stuff and have the memories there and the posts and things that people talk about. Very, very cool to be able to have that feature. So if you do have a loved one or somebody that's passed away, you can request that their Facebook page be memorialized. Got off on a tangent, but I just wanted to bring that up just so you know. So birthdays, just get rid of your chaff. It's not important to have 5,000 friends. You're probably better to have, a smaller group of quality people that can see you. So let's get in this. So before you go live or before you put a post up on your social media page, up on Facebook, Twitter, we're not even talking about Twitter right now. They're sort of on my nerves. I think I'm going to go and reinvent Twitter and come up with a new plan because it's just not working the way I want it to. But I'm doing the Periscope thing, so I think I'm going to revisit that here down the road. I don't know when, but we'll see what happens. So on social, on Instagram, on Facebook, LinkedIn's a little bit different. We're not going to talk about that. We'll just talk about Facebook and Instagram for right now. I don't know anything about the TikTok or Talkity Tick or whatever it's called, so I'm not even going to talk to that. TikTok. Anyway, so we'll not talk to that. So pre-engage. You need to pre-engage before you go live or before you put up a post. The reason you're doing that is because the Facebooks wants to know that you're actually an active account, that you're somebody that wants to participate. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pre-engage. The easiest way to pre-engage is do the 10, 10s, and 10s. If you want to do 5, 5, and 5 or whatever, it's fine. So the first 10 you're going to do is you're going to go into Messenger, right? And you're going to go find the green lights, as I call them. So there's Messenger, then there's the little people one. And I like to do it on my iPad because I can move really quick. So I'll set my iPad up. I go open up Facebook Messenger. There's the little left icon, which is the little question mark bubble, and then there's the people, the 3 heads. So you click on the 3 heads, you scroll all the way to the bottom, and then you do your little message that says whatever it is. Now this message is not a marketing message. It's not a hey, join my deal. It's like hey, it's a checking in, see how you're doing. Want to swing by, say hello. How's everything going in your world, or how you coping with this that's going on? You might want to creep on their profile just a little bit to make sure that they haven't lost a loved one, so your message doesn't come across weird. Hey, wanted to swing by, see how you're doing, just sharing some love with you guys, some like whatever. Just it's a friendly like checking in deal. You can do, I'd say 10. I always end up being about 15 with me that I have conversations. So people are going to reply back to you. So when they reply back, go back and have a conversation with them, right? And then close it out, and then move over to stories. And find your stories. Now, for some reason, stories on my iPad disappeared tonight, so I had to do it on my phone. So I picked up my iPhone, I went to stories, and I scrolled all the way across on the stories timeline until I got somewhere. And you can do the same thing on stories. Just go through and look at stories and comment and share some emoji love on there, make some comments or whatever, and do 10 of those. And then once you got those out of the way, and again, the comments are just, hey, that's cool, it looks interesting. And somebody did like a banana cherry float on there. It looked really good. I was like, oh my God, it looks so good. Can you FedEx me that? You know, just having fun, having conversations, you know, on stories. And then go to your timeline and go through your feed. On your feed, you need to skip over, like if you're in a group, in groups, you might see some group posts. So sort of skip over those and just try to find personal, non-group type kind of posts and go in and make some comments and go through 10 of those. So 10, 10, and 10. You're going to get those 10 out of the way. You can do that on Facebook if you're going to post on Facebook, or you can do it on Instagram if you're going to post on Instagram. Same type of concept. Now, Marina Simone, she does 3 threes and threes on Instagram. It's a whole completely different training, but this is just, I call it the sort of the faster way, and it does really good. So that's before you're going to go live and or before you post. So that's what I did right before I went live today. And the whole purpose of that is just to have a conversation with people, and they're going to get notified. Those people most likely got notified that I went live. Now they may come back later and watch the live. It's absolutely okay. The cool thing about a Facebook Live, it's evergreen. It's here forever. And I may get, you know, 40 or 50 people viewing it right now while I'm live. And then by sometime tomorrow, I'll probably trend up somewhere around 100 or so people. And some of my lives have gotten a lot higher. When I bring my wife on, they just skyrocket off because they love to see us on here together, which is very cool. So once you get that down, you do your live. So next, so we do the 10, 10, and 10s. You're going to pre-engage. You can go in and just clear off the chaff on birthdays. You can do that once a week, however you want to do. That's totally up to you. You can do birthdays daily as an engagement as part of the 10, 10, and 10. If you want to do that, you can count those into your 10. And then you're going to go live, and right after you're live, you're going to post on 2 or 3 other platforms. So what I typically do is I'll go in and I'll post on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, or whatever. And right now I'm being syndicated to YouTube and Periscope, which is very cool, all automated. That's all on automation. So this live right now is being seen on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 8 different platforms all at once right now, which is cool. I wish I could go live on Instagram. That would be very cool. So anyway, let's see where we go. So immediately after the live, you're going to go post some type of post on just a post. And I probably won't put a post here on Facebook until maybe a little bit later. I try to not do them right after my live, so I'll go put one on Instagram, I'll do one on LinkedIn, and I'll do one on Twitter, and I'll put them over there, some type of little post, and I'll put it up there and put some tags. And it's the same post. It's just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. It's the same post on all 3 platforms with identical tags. I put them out there, and I do the same thing across all the platforms. And then of course the post engagement. So right after this live, I'm going to have maybe some comments or likes. I'm going to go in and comment, like, thanks for liking, appreciate it, or whatever. If I have any messages in Messenger, I'll do that. Speaking of which, I'm giving away the social media script book on this Friday. For those of you that would like it, if you're trying to build your business, you're trying to figure out how to do what I'm talking about right now, it's actually in that social media script book. Got some really good questions, got some really good follow-up questions. It's got some awesome tools and tips to grow your social media book. I'm going to be grow your multi-level network marketing business. There we go. And how to do it on social media. So if you'd like to be entered in the drawing to win that book, shoot me a private message. And on Friday after my live, or right during my live, at the end of live, I'm going to pull a name out of the hat, and somebody's going to win. So if you'd like to win that, absolutely. So definitely jump over and do that. Somebody must have said something. I'm not seeing comments coming through, so let me jump over here to see. There was just a weird. Let's see what's going on here. Somebody must have said something. I'm not seeing. So anyway, I'm not sure what that was about. That was weird. Let's see, where do we get to? So posting on 3 other platforms. Now, if you don't have 3 other platforms, don't trip out about it. If you just have Instagram or TikTok or whatever, or you're just on Facebook, or you're not on Twitter, don't go out and build a whole nother account. Just focus on what you're focused on and do what you do. You'll be fine. And then never post on the same platform more than 3 times in one day. So if whatever your system is, so if you're going to get up in the morning and do a post on Facebook, and maybe it's a motivational quote, or maybe it's a picture of you and your kittens, eating your dog, or whatever it is, put a fun post up on social media, but never post more than 3 times a day. You'll see a lot of times I maybe do a live, and that's about it, or I may do some type of motivational post, or I may throw something out there. I do 1 or 2 times a day on my platforms, never more than 3 times a day. And if you're one of those types of people that just love sharing other people's stuff to your timeline, please stop, especially if you're a marketer. If you're not a marketer, this Facebook Live does not have anything to do with you. So if you're going to take somebody else's stuff and put it on your timeline, I would be very, very picky and choosy about what you put on your timeline. Because remember, when you bring something into your house, you're endorsing that, right? So you got to be very, very careful what, bringing somebody else's garbage into your house you don't necessarily want in your house. So be very, very careful what you put on your personal timeline. I've gone through people's personal timelines. It's just somebody else's stuff, somebody else's stuff, somebody else's stuff, somebody else's stuff, somebody else's stuff. And there's nothing on there about them. There's nothing on there about who they are. There's no pictures of their family, their kids, their dogs, their cats. There's nobody. They're not on there doing a Facebook Live talking about the stuff that they love and enjoy. It's just other people's stuff. They just seem like they're it seems like they're a constant, football commercial going on. One commercial after another 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 commercial with 15 minutes of football and 45 minutes commercials. That seems like that's what they are. So if you're one of those kind of guys, one of those kind of people in your marketer trying to build a business, one is go delete all that stuff off your timeline. Just get rid of it, because it's absolutely doing you no good whatsoever. If you're a marketer, stay away from politics, stay away from religion, stay away from, unless you're really passionate about something, and go share your feelings about it. Absolutely okay, totally all right. Just try to stay away from stuff that's very controversial, because it's not going to create happy stuff. And you don't want to fight. You want to build a business. I believe in Jesus. I believe in God. And there was a marketer a while back that said I shouldn't post that stuff on my timeline. Well, sorry. Jesus is the man. He saved my life. God is the man. Thanks for Jesus. So I'm talking about Jesus on my timeline, and all the praises go out to him. So, and if people get offended by that, sorry, I love you, and there's absolutely nothing to do about that. So, so those are the things. So recap. So 1, pre-engage, 10, 10, and 10, and 10. Do a live. Don't post more than 3 times on a single platform. Now, it's okay to post on Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. That's 3 separate platforms, but don't post more than 3 times. So if you go to Instagram, put up Instagram, not more than 3 times. If you're on LinkedIn, not more than 3 times. If you're on Twitter, not more than 3 times. Now, the exception to that rule right there, which I skipped earlier, is stories. Stories, you can basically do whatever the heck you want on stories. Post 100 billion times on stories. As far as I know, there's no limit. Just make sure that the content you put on stories has some value. If it's just you doing a selfie, it's probably not going to do anybody any value. But if you're a marketer, and again, if you're not a marketer, this live doesn't pertain to you at all. You can do whatever the heck you want to on social media. But for marketers, if you're going to get good engagement, if you're going to get good value, now here's a trick that I learned, y'all, and this is my bonus tip for those of you that are engaging here. This is a bonus tip. For those of you that go live on a regular basis, like I go live daily, for those of you that go live on a regular basis, I challenge you to go back about 45 days. Now, I've been doing a live every day for 18 months or something like that. I think my first live was December 27th or something, 2018. So that's how many lives I've done consistently. And some days I did 2 lives in there for a little while. So go back about 45 days. And here's what's cool. I do this every Saturday. If you guys haven't noticed, on my Saturdays, I do a watch party of myself. And the cool thing about a watch party, and I don't know what it is, but in a watch party, when you do that watch party, it brings in a whole new group of people. And then, of course, I can go in, and while I'm watching people watching a watch party, I can watch them watching me while I'm watching them. And I can actually comment on my own watch party and find out and engage with people on my own watch party. It's pretty cool. So if you're somebody that does a live, I challenge you to go back about 45 days and find a really good live that has really good content, has a lot of engagements, a lot of views. Copy the headline, maybe change it a little bit, move it up forward, because you'll notice on some of my Saturdays, it'll say Happy Thursday. And it's actually Saturday. It probably freaks some people out. Like, oh, Forrest is smoking that weed again. He doesn't know what day it is. No, it's actually it's a watch party from one of my previous lives. And the reason I do that is because it pulls that content back up. Remember, I've got like 3,600 followers or something like that on Facebook. So what that does is you got to realize is that the marching parade that's going by my live is there's a very, very small percentage of people, a very, very small percentage of people that are seeing that. So when I do that watch party, it brings a whole new gang of people to the event. So that's the whole goal. So I would challenge you, if you do a live every day, go back about 45 days and then work your way back through the timeline. So whatever day you pick out. So today is June 3rd. So go back about 45 days. That would put you about the middle of, let's see, March, April, about the middle of April. So go to April 15th and then just work your way back from April 15th. And you just got to remember what your first day is so you don't actually end up doing a Facebook. It wouldn't really matter if you did a watch party live on the same one, but just work your way back towards the beginning of the year and do that like maybe once a week. And I do mine on Saturday. So that's a really cool way to repurpose your content as well. So talk about pre-engage 10, 10, and 10. Don't post more than 3 times on a single platform. So if you're on Facebook, 2 or 3 times on a single day on Facebook, then you can go out and post content on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. Stories, post as much as you want. Make sure that you post engage. Simply means when I'm done with this live, people are going to make comments. I'm going to go into how does a watch party work. Don Smith, that's a whole nother training. Matter of fact, Don, shoot me a private message, Don, to remind me, and I'll talk about that to see tomorrow. So slammed. I'll either do that tomorrow or Friday, and we'll talk about watch party. So cool. Shoot me a private message, Don. Do me a favor. Shoot me a message. I can put it on my calendar to remind me. It's either going to be tomorrow's cray because I got a lot going on. We'll see if we can squeeze that in. If not, we'll talk about that on Friday about doing a watch party. I think you'll dig it. It's pretty cool. And once you figure out all the little tricks of how to do it, because iPads work different than iPhones, work different than PCs when doing watch parties. It's like nuts. And there's certain ways you can find stuff, and I'll show you how I use a system of saving a video and then doing a watch party and pushing it that way. So we'll talk about that. So Don, do me a favor, shoot me a private message so I can remember that I want to do a watch party or want to do a training on watch parties. And saying that, for those of you that want the social media script book, you want to be entered in to win, shoot me a private message. I'll get you put on the list there. Thank you very much. Somebody just sent me a message. Social media script book, if you want to be entered to win that, shoot me a private message. I'm going to draw a name out of the hat on Friday. Maybe I'll do Don, I think I'm going to do the watch party training on Friday. I think that'll be a good day. So to do that. So this is Forrest out in St. Louis. Oh yeah, and minimize sharing other people's stuff on your wall. So if you're doing a lot of that, if you're a marketer, if you're not a marketer, none of anything I just said pertains. You go crazy and do whatever you want to. But if you are a marketer, just make sure you do that. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. No more empty refrigerators. Go out and make an extreme impact. Peace out. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.